Well, the pep is all ready to go here in Richmond, Virginia, where tonight Old Trapper Beef Jerky presents college basketball on CBS Sports Network, where the Rams of VCU get set to take on the Ramblers of Loyola. Both teams have won 3 consecutive games. And how does that set up the Atlantic 10? Well, from top to bottom, it seems to be unbelievably balanced. The leaders, of course, Dayton and Richmond, but there's Loyola and then VCU. Hey everybody, I'm Tom McCarthy along with Chris Walker. Happy to be with you to kick off a triple header on CBS Sports Network. A10 feels pretty good about itself and the balance it has right now.
T-Mac, I'll tell you this league has great tradition, and you're right, from top to bottom, it is having a fantastic year. 2 of their best were on display tonight, and this place is going to be electric.
Yeah, both teams are playing really good defense, but both teams can score also. Max Shulga, the transfer, he helps lead the way for VCU.
Yeah, he's so good. He followed Coach Odom here to VCU. He's smart, he's efficient, he can really score the basketball, and he's a willing passer. They're going to need him because Zeb Jackson is out tonight.
Joe Bamisile, meanwhile, coming off the bench for VCU, has been a huge boost for the Rams.
I mean, he's the leading scorer in the A10 coming off the bench since he's been declared eligible. 7 threes the last time out versus St. Louis. A 4-time transfer, well-traveled. It was worth the wait.
Yeah, transfers are abundant in college basketball. For the Ramblers, they've got transfer Des Watson and transfer Philip Alston.
I mean, both these guys are electric scorers. Des Watson, a portal gem from Davidson. He and Philip Alston are tremendous. They're going to need them to score against this stingy VCU defense.
Alston, a former Division II All-American. All right, both teams are playing really good defense, but for Loyola, it's even a step forward more so. 7-1 last 8 games. Opponents' points per game 63, down from 70. And look at the field goal percentage, both from overall and from three-point land. That is part of the reason why they've had success. You don't think the home crowd is ready to go here today? It'll be VCU and Loyola. The Atlantic 10 kicks off our triple header on CBS Sports Network. Back inside the Siegel Center. It's normally a really good home court advantage for VCU. A little different this year. They're 8-5 at home. Drew Valentine had his team going through a shoot-around today. He's never played or coached in this arena. He's looking forward to it. That's what he said about the Atlantic 10, how some of these venues are awesome. Well, for the 11th consecutive game, Loyola will start this lineup. Meanwhile, Jason Nelson will get the nod for Zeb Jackson, who VCU feels will miss probably just this game and should be back for its next game against Davidson. That's at least what Ryan Odom said to us today after his talking through. It's not a walkthrough, it's a talk through with his team. He's done a good job taking over for Mike Rhodes, who was very popular here at VCU. In fact, he continues to with this long line of excellent coaches that VCU has produced.
Yeah, you're right about that. They've had a slew of them, and Ryan Odom's no slouch. He's done some tremendous things from UMBC to Utah State, and they're glad to have him. And you know, he was a joy to talk to today. Comes from good stock, right?
He sure does, and the tip is controlled by Loyola. We're underway, our triple header on CBS Sports Network. Keep an eye on Braden Norris. He's running the point right now. He's had an excellent year. In fact, he's playing some of his best basketball, according to Drew Valentine. Watson hesitates into the paint, has it stripped away, and it's out of bounds. It remains Loyola basketball.
Yeah, look for Loyola to try to get into that interior. You got an athletic team in VCU that have shot blockers. Both these teams can block shots. So we'll see, and they've both been playing great defense.
Whistle blows. The foul will be called on Nelson. All right, let's take a look at Chris's keys to tonight's ball game, presented by Army.
Loyola's been doing a great job. They got to control the glass. They're getting 9 offensive rebounds. They lead the league in assists. In order for them to score, they got to share the basketball. VCU, once they get to paint and get paint touches, they're almost unstoppable, and they got to value the basketball. They can't turn the ball over against this physical Loyola defense.
Dawson gives the ball up top. And now they go to Watson. Watson to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper, no good. A little too strong, but that is a shot that he likes and he does make. Bairstow, another transfer from Utah State, 1 of 2 for Ryan Odom.
They battled an injury, a foot injury, and now he's back, and he brings in another weapon. Hasn't shot it great but can really shoot the basketball and stretch the floor.
He goes to the A-10 logo. I thought he'd shoot that one there. Shot clock is under 10. Nelson trying to get some separation. Excellent defense by the Ramblers. He got it off. It's no good. And it's saved by the Ramblers along the baseline.
They're guarding that line and forcing you to take those twos. They're one of the best defensive teams in this league at guarding inside of the three-point line.
Off the high screen, Norris, bounce pass to Rubin, reverses his field and lays it in. And great control underneath to make sure he got the shot to go.
It's long and athletic. Very difficult to get to the other side of the rim, a big like that. You can see guards do that, shows you his talent level.
There's Shulga, bounce pass cut off. That wasn't the greatest of passes, knocked out of bounds. Let's take a look at this Rubin bucket again.
Great job. See Braden Norris, second in the A-10 in assists, getting to the other side of the rim. There needs to be some help defense there, but they had an empty side and they ran the pick and roll. But he actually went to the other side to avoid the shot blocker. Very good finish.
Yeah, Loyola averages 73 points per game. Same with VCU, a little more than 73. Kwani is able to convert. He's more the offensive big guy, the graduate from California. From Cal Berkeley, that is.
I know a little bit about that. It's been a couple years in the Bay Area, San Francisco.
Dawson's runner too strong. Rebound is ripped down by Furman. Game tied at 2. Bairstow, nice crossover. Bairstow to the elbow, kicks it out to his former teammate at Utah State. Nelson up top for 3, chucks it up, no good. Shulga thought about catching and shooting off that offensive board.
What they have is guards that can really find people, can distribute the basketball, and as I said before, they're willing passes.
Shulga with another tough pass to Furman. It's cut off and deflected. And here comes Dawson. Dawson crosses over, kicks it to the corner and out of bounds. Was Alston. Like, he was way out of bounds.
Yes, he was. Reynolds' red shoes probably didn't help, what do you think?
It may not have helped. There's Zeb Jackson, who's out with back spasms again. They hope it's just this game, and that's it. It's the second game he has missed. He's a holdover from Mike Rhodes' VCU Rams from last year.
A lot of experience in Elite 8 at Michigan. It's hard to work with it. Tom, I don't know if you've ever had a bad back, but, we're getting up there in age.
Oh, I have a bad back every single day.
They'll get him back soon. And that's going to show you when they get healthy. You see that defense there. This Rams team, you'll see why they were picked second in the preseason.
Whistle blows and the foul called against the Ramblers. That'll go against Jaden Dawson. That's his first.
You watch Loyola on film and just look at their numbers. Loyola Chicago, they are very physical. They're in the gaps, talking to Drew Valentine. The toughness factor, right? They have a spirit of shoot around. And, the toughness factor is what's key and what has been the secret ingredient to why their defense is so good right now.
Bairstow to the logo again, pulls it back out. Well, he did tell us, he said that's the difference from last year to this year, more physical, and that's made them a better defensive team. Nelson, cut off, shot clock is at 3, and Kwani can't get it to go. It went down and then came back out.
That's just tremendous defense. Obviously, patience on the Rams' part, but great defense in pushing the basketball and dropping a dime for the two-headed chin-up. Is Des Watson.
Yeah, Des Watson, a beautiful pass with his left hand. He found Miles Rubin. It was all 4 points now for Loyola. Shulga has the ball tipped away. Furman gets his man off his feet. And his shot is no good, but he's fouled going up. Des Watson, we watched him evolve last year with Davidson. He's continued to evolve for Loyola.
Yeah, you see the hesitation right there. And it just goes to show you the era that we live in right now with the portal. Transfer inside the league, shall I say, and a league transfer, and an impact player at that.
Yeah, there's 2 of them in this game. Des Watson being one from Davidson, and then for VCU, there's Jason Nelson
from Richmond.
Who transferred from just up the road with the Richmond Spiders. That's never been done.
Yeah, that's amazing. A Richmond native, and it's just the world we live in now. But Loyola Chicago, they're not complaining at all because he's like their best player right now, other than Philip Alston and Braden Norris, who's been playing great as well.
Furman is able to convert both free throws. He'll check out. In the game for the first time is Toby Lawal, who's a fan favorite because of his activity in the paint for VCU. Nelson checks out. Bamisile checks in. For Loyola, Greg Dolan is in for the first time, the transfer from Cornell. And then also in for the first time is Dame Delkin, who is the transfer from Dartmouth.
Get used to saying that all night long. The transfer from.
Usually get it out of the way the first few minutes.
Exactly. And I'll tell you this, when they take Nelson out of the game, that gives them an opportunity. Shelver's playing the point guard. They're a lot bigger team.
Delkin is trying to post up inside for Loyola. Watson trying to get himself low inside. Off the glass, tough shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bell.
And just sound defensively, verticality-wise. You can see how well coached both these teams are.
Bell kept his pivot foot, and he's fouled going up by Delkin. Well, free throws when we return. We're tied up at 4. Not a whole lot of offense out of the gate. What a great story. The VCU men's basketball team, they were joined by the Children's Hospital of Richmond patients this past Thursday at their practice facility to paint sneakers which will be worn at auction to raise awareness and money for the fight against cancer. The shoes are being worn by members of the team's coaching staff. They're awesome, by the way. There's a long line of them. And they'll be auctioned off to help those kids right there. Some of the patients from the Children's Hospital here in Richmond who are here tonight as guests of the VCU Rams. Look at some of those shoes. Those are nice. A thing of beauty.
Yeah, they certainly are. And my brother is fighting cancer right now. Shout out to him, Sheldon Walker. My grandmother just finished a bout with breast cancer. She beat that, so I know all about that. That's something that's very sentimental to me. And I got one question, T-Mac. How can I get a pair of those?
Well, if you do, I would get the Partridge Family shoes right there. Those are really sharp.
Yes, they are, man.
I think if you logged on,
okay,
and went to the auction site, you can get yourself a nice pair of those.
I gotta buy them? Oh, I need your check for that.
You're donating.
Oh, I got it.
Off this timeout, Michael Bell will go to the free throw line. He'll get 2 shots. A delicate called for the foul for Loyola. First free throw is good. It's the first lead in the early part of this game for VCU.
And I thought this game time would be a defensive battle. That's what I really thought. Loyola has struggled to score at times. And with the injuries, you never know who's going to be out there for VCU right now. And then them playing at home, they could turn it on at any time. But a defensive battle is what I'm still thinking this game may be as we're moving on.
Delkin, right side of the lane, backing his way in. Little help defense. Out to Watson. They want to do that. They want to make sure if it's not there, they get it out. They go inside again. It's tipped away. Delkin. There's a double team. Powers his way up, and it's off the weak side of the iron. And Bamisile with the rebound.
You just got to really watch how both these teams look at this defense on both ends. You're watching the VCU team. They're in the gaps. When anyone tries to drive, they see a number, right? They see a white jersey from VCU, and when you're driving, you see there. The Delkin just that easy block. Coming with the help. Great job there by Nolan standing his ground. And both these teams, they are very good defensive teams, but more importantly, Tom, they're very well coached.
Lama nearly stole that one. Bamisile for 3. It's good. Oh, he's quick. They say that since transferring from Oklahoma, he has quickened his shot a little bit more. A little different role than he had for Porter Moser last year.
I mean, it took a bobbled ball for him to get open because they're in his shirt. And that's what kind of game it's going to be. Who's going to get open? Because it's not going to be easy to get easy looks.
Delkin gets it to Watson. Watson, pull up 17-footer. It's good. Confident, strong.
Yeah, just efficient, working on that elbow area. It's just really hard to stop in that two-man game. He's just playing at another level right now.
Yeah, he's 1-3 in his games played against VCU, but he's double figures in 2 of the last 3 he's had against VCU when he was with Davidson. Bairstow up top. Goes to Bamisile, catches, releases, it's good. He's picking up right where he left off his last game.
Yeah, you got to be there on the catch. You got to force him to put the ball on the deck, leave no space. Nice cagey veteran.
Yeah, Greg Dolan, the transfer from Cornell, played for Brian Earl over at Cornell. And Cornell's one of the better teams this year. Cornell, Princeton, really good Ivy League teams. Ball's blocked away. Delican with his second block.
See Bamisile here, and can't do that. You have to stay with him. You have to stay what they call attached. But Wamba makes that mistake. And again, they caught him again, and that's why he's being subbed out of the game, because they're going right at him. You know, it's one thing about really good coaches. When they see a weakness, you know, Ryan Odom saw a weakness. Oh, they got Wamba on Bamisile. We're going to go at him, run him off some screens, and look what happened.
Alston back in for Loyola, so is Jaden Dawson.
The defense, they're forcing, they call that ice in the screen. They're forcing to the baseline, not allowing him to come off.
Ball stripped away. Delican's hands have been excellent. They go to Shoga for three. It's good. That's 3 straight threes for VCU. They lead it 15-8.
And that's 2 bobbled balls for threes as well, right back at you. I said it's going to be a defensive battle. They heard that, and they just turned it up, and the pace has quickened.
Jaden Dawson had 8 made three-pointers earlier this year against Tulsa. That's a school record for a game. But he makes his first one there. Bamisile trying to get some separation.
That's more like it, how he should be guarded. Force him to be a ball handler.
The Delican got position. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be Loyola basketball. All right, so here's Bamisile against St. Louis the last time out. 23 minutes. And 7 made three-pointers.
That's amazing. 7 made three-pointers. And I watched that game, and I'm like, are you going to guard him? But even when, but here's the thing, even when he was guarded, he's just knocked him down, similar to what happened when Mwamba was out there. Sometimes you just feeling it. He's already started this game. I've shot a couple threes in my time, but 7 threes in the game.
Well,
I didn't get that close.
We wouldn't put it past you to take 7 threes in the game.
I've taken a few more, a tad bit more than that.
Dawson thanks to Rubin, who lays it in. Miles Rubin's got 3 field goals right around the cylinder.
That's just great offense. Unfortunately, on the defensive side, someone needs to be in the paint, on the midline, as they say. That pass should not allow to be made. But great pass, great finish.
Nelson covered up top by Braden Norris. Norris has been excellent.
You can see the attention to detail. They're taking away Bamisile on the drive. They're not helping in the gaps.
And Alston will be credited with the steal there. And let's see what Trey Steins, the referee, says. I think he's going to say it's a tie-up. It is. And it remains VCU basketball.
You got to give Drew Valentine credit. They had a tough season last year, T-Mac. You know, he got some transfers in. He got a little bit older, turned this team around, and they're playing absolutely phenomenal basketball right now.
Yeah, we asked him what the difference was. He said physical, defense, and he said he also has been less complex as a coach. He has simplified things.
And that's hard for a coach. You know, you come
He admitted that.
Yeah, because you have this theory of how you should play. Great finish there by Kwani.
2 on the shot clock. He's able to kiss it off the glass.
You know, back to that point, like it's hard. Like you have this identity that you want to have, and then all of a sudden this challenge, you know, early in your career. And shout out to him for his maturity, for realizing that he needed to make a change and really think about what was best for the team.
Ball's knocked away. They go to Dawson for 3, short. And a rebound by Nelson of VCU. Nelson snakes up the floor, and he distributes to Furman. A 2-handed jam.
Got to get back in transition. This building is electric, and you see Drew Valentine. He's already calling for the timeout. Not happy.
So timeout called by Loyola. College basketball on CBS Sports Network. Presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky and the 2-handed jam.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. What's your beef? By Jeep. There's only one. And by the U.S. Army. The all-you-can-be.
Well, VCU and Loyola fans know about Cinderella stories, but how about what Ryan Odom did with UMBC when they knocked off #1 seed Virginia in the NCAA tournament before he went out to Utah State. There are banners at both schools for the Final Four, and it's really cool to see in this day and age of college basketball that teams like this can get to the Final Four. I mean, think about San Diego State even last year getting to the Final Four.
Yeah, Florida Atlantic getting there. And you know, the one thing about these two schools is they have tremendous tradition. Look at this place right now. It is sold out. It's always sold out. And when you go play at Loyola Chicago, it's a sellout as well. They've had great coaches. They have great tradition, and it's great basketball. And that's why these teams being in this league, they weren't traditionally in this league. Being in this league upgrades this league to another level for sure.
I would agree with that. All right, so let's talk game a little bit here. Drew Valentine, third year as the head coach. He sensed this was kind of getting out of control, so he called this early timeout down 6.
Yeah, you know, you don't want this lead to get extended. You know, get your composure. A lot of coaches will let kids play through it, and I'm not a firm believer in that. I mean, you got to, again, you're on the road. You're not at home. It's you against everybody. So get their composure. You know, make them think about it a little bit. And have a trap in the corner there. It's just a great defensive possession where they trapped him. You know, they didn't call that, but he dribbled himself into a trap. Great presence there by Kwani, but, you know, you got to make sure you stay in the game. you don't want to be down 15-20 going into halftime.
Trey Lewis checks in for the first time for Loyola. He's number 5. Shot clock is at 9. Never trouble getting it in. It's coming toward us. It's run down by Rubin. Gets it to Lewis. Shot clock is at 5. Lewis doesn't realize it. Gives it off to Quinn. Quinn going to the cup and doesn't get the roll, but Rubin cleans it up. And he's going to the free throw line to finish off a 3-point play.
Yeah, very frantic pace. Ends up being a fortuitous opportunity. Driving to the rim there. And the putback by Miles Rubin. Furman going for the block. Great aggressive play. Great presence of mind by Quinn to recognize the clock and just try to get it to the rim.
And Rubin converts the 3-point play. Rubin's had a very nice start to this ballgame. The freshman from Chicago, top 30 out of high school, decided to stay in his home city. That ball's deflected away. Bamisile tracks it down. Bamisile put first step to the baseline.
Physicality. Look at the physicality Dawson has on Bamisile and forces him to turn the ball over and not let him sit behind the line and make threes.
Nelson goes back to a Bamisile for 3. Got it!
Wow. This kid. I mean, he is hot. He's Curry hot.
Yeah, he's got 3 threes so far to start this. I don't know if they'll give that to Rubin or Quinn on the tip back.
I'll give Loyola Chicago credit. They're not shook by Bamisile knocking those threes down. They're going right back at you with reckless abandon. Cameron Burstow, you think of a guy with his side driving to the rim. This game is bereft of defense right now. 2 very good defensive teams. Both teams are shooting over 50%.
Dawson gives up the shot for Lewis. Lewis along the baseline. Lewis caught. Has it knocked away by Kwani. They wanted Kwani to play more defense. He certainly played there.
He's long. He can stretch the defense.
9:40 to play. That's pretty good shake and bake. I don't know how he didn't get away with the travel there, or how there wasn't a travel called there. Here's that Bamisile bucket off the steal.
And Nelson there, great hands. The one-handed pass, advances it up the floor with the transition triple. This kid Bamisile is on fire. 7 threes last game. He's got 3 thus far. I mean, they're going to have to really be alert. They got to find him and stay with him and almost play 4-on-4 too.
It is impressive what he's been able to do. Again, George Washington, he averaged 16 points per game, was 3rd team All-Atlantic 10 a couple years ago. Transferred to Oklahoma under head coach Porter Moser. Didn't find the same success in the Big 12 offensively, but then comes back to the East near his hometown and has found that success as he checks out.
You know, this just shows you the portal. You know, I always say the portal give it, the portal take it. The way John Rothstein has named it Portal Combat. These kids, they put their names in. And one thing about Bamisile, he benefited from the ruling that allowed him to play. You know, he's one of those guys that benefited. So that certainly was a shot in the arm for Coach Odom and his program. And he also mentioned he likes him coming off the bench because he likes to have, you know, a pop or a punch or some energy. And he certainly is that. He's instant offense.
Well, this is the largest lead of the night for VCU. Up 26-18, 9.5 to play, first half. Alston has not gotten going. He's trying to force the action. It's no good. Gets his own rebound, and then he puts it back off the glass.
That's exactly what Drew Valentine said about him. A second jump guy. He misses it. He can bounce right back up. The same thing he did against St. Joe's when they got the victory at home in the last seconds of the game.
Second year with Loyola. Bairstow into the paint, down to Furman.
Bairstow so skilled and big that can drive and make plays for other people. Good defense there again. Playing defense without fouling. Great discipline.
Quinn off the screen, double screen.
Great job there by Phillips fighting through the ball screen. Again, not fouling again. You got to give Loyola credit.
Yeah,
they are scrappy.
And they made it a 4-point game, 26-22. Jalen Quinn, 16 minutes off the bench in 8-10 play. Phillips up top to Furman, back to Phillips. He didn't see it, and it's picked up by Norris. Norris waits for his teammates, bounce pass to Watson, and a one-handed hammer jam.
My goodness.
And a timeout called by VCU. The timeout by Loyola certainly inspired them. Down by just 2.
One thing for sure, this Loyola Chicago team, you better get back, because Mr. Des Watson is giving you some. Very unusual, but I've watched one of the games. I think he did the game against Butler. He was not himself, and then he bounced back against Villanova and St. John's, I believe, and had very good games.
And meanwhile, Matt Brady will take over as the interim coach at DePaul in that matchup against Marquette. When I was a kid, the Marquette-DePaul matchups were always fun games to watch.
They certainly were. It was a different time in college basketball. Al McGuire, Ray Meyer. I mean, those were back. I'm dating myself right now, but you had Rocket Rod Strickland.
And then Joey Meyer after that, the late Joey Meyer.
Yes, Dallas Comagees. I mean, those games were phenomenal.
7-0 run for Loyola. That's why the timeout by VCU. 8 minutes to play in the first half.
We're just talking in the timeout, and this has been a tremendous game. Two teams, you can tell they're playing for something. You can see why the play in the A-10 has been elevated this year. They've done a great job recruiting. These coaches are great coaches, and it's been very intense.
Shot clock is at 5. Bairstow fade away jumper over Watson. It's good. Again, he has been slow to get going tonight. He's been doing a lot of that in the paint, but that time he was able to stop and pop.
Yeah, he's so big and versatile. He's another guy. Preseason.
That could have been
a travel. Caught me off guard. Like, I can't believe they didn't call that. But Bairstow also a preseason third-team all-conference pick, so that shows you the respect that he has from the league.
A delicate foul, so he'll go to the free throw line. Here's that Bairstow bucket.
And just taking his time, just backing him down. I call that shacking. And there's nice little fadeaway action there. He's got a lot of size. Very good player. Think about it, he brought in 2 players from Utah State from an NCAA tournament team. Now imagine, I mean, you know, the thing he said, Coach Odom said that he didn't say anything to him. As soon as you leave, he just puts them in, you know, they put their name in the portal, and here they are. And the one thing I like that he said, T. Mac, he said that, listen, this is the era that we're in right now. You accept it, or you can't have your feelings on your sleeves when it comes to it.
The delegate makes both free throws. Bamisile checks in. Checks back in. Fats Phillips checks out. Both teams play man-to-man defense throughout the course of this first half. As we wind close to 7 minutes to play in the first half. Bairstow off the high screen.
Easy ball.
Little movement
easy
and
ball.
shoulder movement.
But you got to look at shoulder, see if he again allowed the wall to get set first. Bairstow, allow him to get set first before you then take him one way. Right? Let him come set the screen, let him stop, and then bring him off. That should be the timing. It can't be bang bang. The screener will always get called for the foul every single time.
And the other part of that too, and this is just technique, I think, and you can speak to this better. He turned to look to see if Bairstow was free when the play wasn't over yet.
Right.
So the body moved.
No question.
Dawson, extra pass. Goes to Norris. Norris tries to go to Adelakid down along the baseline. Backing his way in. Adelakid trying to get some space. Going up strong. Gets it off the glass. The transfer from Dartmouth.
He's sneaky, athletic. He's strong. That's what I'm saying. You get in that portal, you see him switching screens right there on shoulder. You get an experienced player. Adelakid is just, was a force on that possession. You call him backing, I call him shacking. It's just, you have to be really strong. Furman's trying, but his center of gravity is so strong, and once he gets to point-blank range, there's really nothing you can do.
Adelakid, last year's second team All-Ivy, had 17 points in 18 minutes in the game against Fordham. Bairstow trying to get this in, does so finally. To Bamisile, who will stop and take the shot, no good. And Norris with the rebound, outlet pass to Nolan. Nolan, little adjustment along the free throw line.
Loyola Chicago, they're flying the ball up and down the floor.
Adelakid going off the glass and powering his way up. I'll tell you what, he is really transitioning to the Atlantic 10.
Yeah, he certainly is. That X factor, the X meaning experience, right? He knows how to score the basketball, has a nose for getting to the rim, and he knows how to finish for sure. I would keep exploiting that matchup until they stop it.
Well, Lawal being on the bench with 2 fouls. Three-pointer up top by Shulgood, no good. Adelakid with the rebound. He's had a few blocks. He's had a few rebounds and some buckets. Here's Watson. Quick first step to the basket. Sweeps in and lays it in. And this is a very subtle, largest lead of the night for Loyola. Up 32-28.
Now, I got to give Drew Valentine credit. He says, hey, we play a blistering fast pace, and that's what they're going to do tonight. And that's what they've been doing. They have been pushing the basketball down the throat of VCU. Drew Valentine says it's chicken wing. See a little ISO action. This old school NBA right here, T-Mac. Just take them ISO. Nobody comes. Give it to Barkley. Give it to your best player. And see if you can stop me. Put him in a spin cycle, a little half spin cycle right there.
Well, Adelakid will take a breather, much deserved breather. And Rubin is back in. Bell checks out for VCU. Kwani checks back in, more the offensive player.
And there's so much length on this VCU team. But right now, Loyola Chicago has the momentum. The physical defense, just physically, right? That's really taking this game over.
All right, so some of the big numbers I think that stand out. Last year, 10-21. First year in the Atlantic 10. This season, 13-6. It's the points per game that they've scored, 73.4, but it's also the points per game they've allowed. That's better this year under Drew Valentine.
Good defense beats good offense. Is that what they say to you? I know you do football. I don't know which way it goes, but at the end of the day, if you can stop people from scoring in basketball, at some point the basketball gods will reward you and you can make shots. But if you're only relying on offense, it's going to be very tough for you to win at a high level. And that's what Drew Valentine realizes, because he's been doing this. He's been to the Final Four with Porter Moser. He has a very successful program, a young, gifted coach.
Worthing down low and off the back of the iron, no good. Ball is tipped away. Excuse me, Furman.
There's so many hands everywhere, just the activity.
Norris directing traffic. Finds Miles Rubin. Back to Norris.
Yeah, this Loyola Chicago team, they're just a cagey veteran team. And that's what it takes to win at a high level. You need experience.
Watson thought he got bumped. The ball rolls off the side of the iron. Here's Bamisile hovering up the floor, trying to get some separation.
You can make him put the ball on the floor. That's what you want him doing.
Yeah, you not have a great angle on that. And the rebound pulled down by Rubin.
Well, force him into the shot block of Rubin if he's going to take surface shots. Look how fast they're pushing the basketball up the floor.
Norris for three, off the front of the rim. Shoulder with the rebound for VCU.
What an exciting game.
Couple of good looks.
I'm telling you,
Loyola.
Getting up and down the floor. The fans are engaged. You see the coaches. Atlantic 10 basketball is hot right now.
4-point lead for Loyola. It's been a 4-minute drought for VCU. Bairstow is trying to end that. Ball's deflected away, and it's going into the hands of the Ramblers.
And that's just great defense by Des Watson, getting into the hole, being physical. Furman's got to be strong, and he's got to grab that rebound, grab that assist. That should have been a dunk.
Watson trying to get control, and Shoga had it from behind. They're going to call a foul on Shoga. Well, the city of Richmond has produced a lot of good basketball over the years, and this year is no different. All right, let's get back to this game. Dame Adelakid. He's had a very good first half off the bench.
T-Mac, it's Dame time.
Dame time.
On fire. You know, he looks like one of those guys when he's back in the day when kids used to play at the park. You were picking him because you knew you were never going to be off the floor because he just had a knack for scoring and getting things done. He has been tremendous. Another one of those guys who get out of the portal, has some experience, he's been successful, and he can provide leadership in the locker room.
Yeah, he's got 6 points, 2 of 3 from the floor, 1 rebound, but also a couple of blocked shots.
Loyola Chicago 24-10 in the paint. You know, that's something I thought VCU, that's one of their specialties, and they're dominating right now.
Well, and also the last 9 second chance points, which has been an important point for Drew Valentine. The last 9 have gone to Loyola.
That's a 9 average, 9 a game in the league. One of their specialties is rebounding, and to be a great rebounder, you can't talk about size and physicality. It's about activity and want to and desire.
He talked about that today, though. He said he wanted to revert back to the 2 games where they were +6, +5 in second chance points. They've been negative the last couple games. Quinn off the curl.
Great offensive set. They try to get an ISO situation, the dummy action on the weak side.
Shot clock is at 3. They finally realize it. Dotson lets it fly. In and out. Rubin with the rebound.
Another offensive rebound.
Alston for 3. Short. And over the backboard. Maybe swing it one more time?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Austin's one of your better players, and we would love for him to get it going. He hasn't been shooting it great from 3 this season, but Drew Valentine certainly has confidence in him and wants him to take that shot.
He had 2 points so far. Bairstow assessing. Crossing over against Rubin. Bairstow gets his man off his feet, sweeps it, didn't have enough touch on it. And the rebound taken down by Rubin and Loyola.
Yeah, great move, but again, Rubin's a shot blocker, so he's always in the back of your mind.
That's going to be number 3 on the wall, by the way. Coming up on AT&T at the half, we'll get you caught up on all the latest in college basketball. They may reference the National Football League again. I don't know, it sounds like Brent Stover's doing that a lot. Plus highlights and stats from our game. Brent, Shelvin Mack, John Rothstein, Gary Parrish standing by.
Brent Stover, you know, one of the, like I said, I told him to keep my seat warm as the resident Cowboy fan, and Brent knows I have receipts. So, you know, just relax over there, Brent. All of a sudden, he's a Chiefs fan, you know? Just because you go to Kansas State, you can't be a Chiefs fan. You're right or wrong.
I mean,
you can't change your mind.
You can root for a couple of years. That foul is on Shoga, by the way, off the inbounds. That's his second, and it's going to be 1-1 for the Ramblers.
Much to the dismay of the crowd, I'll say this. The Ramblers, I mean, they have brought the rumble to this game. They have been extremely physical. You know, watching them on tape is nothing like seeing them live. And the way they put, you know, bodies on bodies, and they're just not afraid. They're just a rough and tough group.
And the wrong guy to foul is Norris. Norris now 28 of 29 from the free throw line. It's just a cool 96%. And here's his second shot.
There's just nothing like having a team out there of older guys, and you can coach, you know, you can work through situations, and you don't have to worry about toughness.
17-2 run for Loyola. And Bairstow for the traveling violation. Adelakid came over and planted, and Bairstow didn't realize it.
That's a scouting thing. You know, again, he had the mismatch on Norris, but again, as soon as he turns his back, Adelakid, smart player, comes with the double. Fans don't like it, but definitely a travel. Great scouting, good coaching.
6 turnovers for VCU. Austin backing his way in, little double team. That's not a surprise. Goes right through it, throws it up, and he's fouled.
Yeah, he split the double. You have to keep your feet together. As he moves, stay together. You see right here, they got it. They just let it fly through. You can't let it fly through. You got to interlock your feet. You always have this saying, the trappers don't get to steal, right? You want to make him throw out of the trap and let the interceptors get the steal.
So Austin to the free throw line, spins the basketball once, in and out. Austin missed 3 weeks earlier this season. We mentioned he's a transfer from Division II, California, Pennsylvania. First team all PSAC, which is an excellent conference. He missed both free throws.
A lot's been talked about the portal, but bringing players up from Division II, that's a new thing as well. You see teams like Indiana State utilizing that. Josh Shirk doing a tremendous job there. College basketball is just different now.
Yes, it is.
You see switching the screens there on Shoga. On Bairstow. Great defense. See that physicality, Tom? That's what they're bringing. And the VCU fans are saying, finally, if you look at that look at that Loyola group. They're shaking their heads. It's all right. We're here. We came to win. VCU's going to have to make a decision. It's going to be physical. Loyola Chicago's got to be careful because VCU is an absolutely great free throw shooting team.
77% as a team. Shoga, who averages nearly 16. Quiet tonight. Excellent free throw shooter, misses. Whistle blows. And I believe a violation on a delicate, no, a foul on a delicate. That's his second. So Ruben will check in. So fouls are even now. Each team with 8.
But it's the way they're being called. It's the intensity of it. The fouls just look different. Loyola Chicago looks like the aggressor. And then that's the one thing they got to be careful because they can be too aggressive and you're on the road.
Firm in front of the 1-and-1. Good, nothing but net. So first points in over 6 minutes, and here's this foul on a delicate. He's number 32 to your right. Yeah, he's holding. In football terms, he's holding. And now the second shot by Furman. Good. Boy, beautiful technique. And it's a 4-point game. 1.5 to play in the first half. VCU fans starting to come to their feet.
Brady Norris, he's been quiet as well. They don't want to let him get loose. Bell cannot lose him.
Quinn skips it to Norris. Norris, quick first step along the baseline. Back to Quinn. Quinn going in. Blocked away off his body. Picked up by Norris. Knocked out of bounds.
They're getting that.
They sure are.
3 and 4 guys on the floor. You drive. That's 3, 4 guys driving and rotating. You see they're rotating even on the pass. Bodies are flying around. They're playing for something. That's the way they're playing. As I said before, it's the reason why this league is a lot better this year. Better play starts with better players and more experience as well.
Shot clock is at 3. Tough spot to inbounds for Watson.
Yeah, look for Norris to get it and make a play.
Nope, they go right to the rim for Alston. Has it knocked away. Shot clock at 1. And it's an air ball. It'll be a violation. And VCU down 4 with 1:06 to play in the first half. Will get the ball back.
This place is electric. They don't get many teams to come in here, Power 5 and Power 6, to walk into this gym because it's a raucous crowd.
Shoga. Bamisile way downtown, and it's too strong. And the ball out of bounds will be Loyola basketball. 53 seconds to play here in the first half. Bell's in, Shoga's out. Shoga has 2 fouls. That's why they're being
very
careful
smart to
to
get him out of the game because smart coach like Drew Valentine, he'll draw up a play to go right at shoulder and force him to have to play defense in a tough situation. I'm looking for Brady Norris to try to get loose here, even though Bell has length on him. Let's see if he loses him.
Picked up by Bamisile. Wanted to get it to Dawson. Instead of moving up top. Dawson, right side of the lane. Dawson lays it in.
Yeah, they caught him in the drop coverage with Furman. A great hesitation. They called the hostage dribble, just holding him at bay and then exploding to the rim. Good offensive second.
Not much of a difference between shot clock and game clock. It's about 0.8 of a second. Clock winding under 10. Bairstow has it blocked away by Rubin. Norris has it kicked with 4.2 to play.
You see that block?
Yeah.
He baited him. And that's why this team is so good defensively, because when you drive in there, even if you get an advantage, you have an eraser. And Miles Rubin that just goes up, and he's like a fly swatter.
Well, Welch checks it for the first time for Loyola. He'll trigger the inbound.
Back up, Quaddy.
He loops it. I don't know if that's the play they wanted. Here's Bamisile, 2 seconds left. Lets it fly. It's good! What a momentum swing!
Wow. They needed that going into halftime, but give Loyola Chicago credit. They have the lead. They're on the road in a tough environment. They're looking good.
Well, I got to tell you, this was an unbelievable pass by Quanti, and then Bamisile with the behind-the-back dribble. Little scissor lips. It's good. It does count. The officials just take a look at it just to make sure.
Yeah, let's see if he has his foot over there. He's definitely behind the line. Oh, wow, that was close.
That was close.
That was close.
And what a momentum swing it could be going into the half. The officials are just making sure. They're making sure it got off in time, but they're also making sure that he was behind the three-point arc.
I think he was behind the line. The question is, did he get it off in time? Because that was very close.
I do think he got it off in time. Watch it again. 5 tenths, 4 tenths, 3 tenths, 2, 1.
Wow.
It's off.
Yeah.
That's really close.
Oh, my. Yeah, he got it off. I mean, that is as close as it can get.
Well, that's a great shot right there. Watch the line again. See where he is. He's definitely behind the arc.
This young man has been on fire. Look at the rotation on that ball as well in that situation. Gifted shooter.
Bamisile has 12 first-half points, counting that one as a 3. The officials are still trying to make sure. Lee Cassell says confirmed. It is a 3. And that'll wrap up this first half. We'll return with AT&T in the half right after the break. College basketball on CBS Sports Network presented by Old Trapper Beef Jerky. Stay tuned. Brent, Shelvin, John, and Gary are standing by.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AT&T. Connecting changes everything.
Well, it's ruckus right now, but look at the numbers that dictate a Loyola lead by 3, 36-33. So 26 points in the paint for Loyola. Their high on the year is 54, but that was against a non-Division I team. So they're on pace to explode right past that, along with Chris Walker and Tom McCarthy. A lot of action in this first half.
Yeah, it certainly is, and Drew Valentine was right. They were going to push the pace against this stingy VCU defense team. So you got to give them credit, and Bamisile doesn't make the 3. They're down 6 at halftime, but what they're doing is they're attacking the paint on offense. They're driving the ball down their throat, and they're just doing it with reckless abandon, and they're not playing afraid.
You mentioned Bamisile. That was right at the end of the first half. 1 second left. Here's the points in the paint package for Loyola. What's working for them here?
Again, they're just creating opportunities with advantage drives, but they're running the floor. You see that nice jam sandwich by Mr. Watson. This guy right here, O'Delicon, is just strong, crafty, nifty, and has a nose for finishing. He has been fantastic in the first half.
Our star watch, it seems like Bamisile is okay. Watson's on pace for his numbers. But Shulga and Alston did not really get going in the first half.
They really did, and I'll credit the physicality of Loyola Chicago on Shulga, but a really good player, a lot of miles in his career, so he's seen a lot of tough defenses. I'm sure he'll be fine, and Alston just hasn't got it going out. I'll tell you another guy, Brayden Norris hasn't gotten it going either, and you know what? Loyola Chicago is 1 for 7 for 3, but they're shooting 50%. And since VCU's been winning 7 of their last 9 games, it's been tough to score on them. But this game, the Ramblers are shooting 50%. That's unheard of against this team. And I'm sure Coach Odom has something to say about it. There's ISO action right there.
Alston trying to get going, doesn't get the bounce off the rim. There's good defense by the Rams. Nelson trying to free himself. Bairstow right side of the lane, and does get the roll around the rim. It's a 1-point game. At one point, VCU had an 8-point lead with 11:02 to play in the first half. The Ramblers have outscored them 19-10, though, since then. Norris to the corner. Alston really trying to get him going. Little double team action. Up top for Watson for 3. It's good.
Good action there. Double team. Kick it out. The acknowledgement cannot leave Des Watson. Someone has to rotate over and find him. He's far too good. The other person, Jason Nelson, he needs to get going as well. He set out with foul trouble in the first half.
Shulga up top for 3. Doesn't get the bounce. He got a dud off the side of the rim. Watson crossing over, snaking up. Elbow right side.
As he drives, Bairstow does not come off of Norris in the corner.
Norris unable to convert. Shulga in transition. Shulga looking for some space. Directing Bairstow. They know each other well from their time at Utah State. Furman with the screen. Bounce pass to Furman. Did he get the angle? Kept his pivot, but blocked away by Rubin.
Racer. This kid is phenomenal timing. Furman just thought he had an easy bunny. And Rubin with the hops just put it on the glass like a bug on a windshield. Wow.
Alston for 3 left side. Too strong. This really hasn't been his night offensively. Nelson into the paint. Nelson pull-up jumper. It's good. That is a sweet shot. 39-37.
We can score the basketball. I'm sure Coach Odom says, hey, you know what? They're taking the fight to us. It's our house. We need to take the fight to them. And it looked like they picked up their tempo for sure.
17 and a half to play. Second half. Dawson's 3 is too strong. Rubin runs it down. Shot clock does not reset, though. It didn't hit the rim. Watson bumps. That's with 4 on the shot clock. It's aggressive defense, but it's not needed that far.
Yeah, definitely about it. You see right here, you see that. Give me that. On the glass, just tremendous timing. And Nelson getting in the rim with that stop and go, change of pace pull-up. Richmond transfer. He can score the basketball as well.
Furman will check out. Lawal checks in. Lawal has 3 fouls. Rubin. That's a tough pass. Norris nearly lost it.
You can see the increased activity defensive-wise by the Rams. I'm sure Coach Odom, as I said before, this is our house. And they've lost 5 games here, which is unheard of, but they picked up their intensity time.
Here's Shulga going right to the cup. Has it blocked away out of bounds by Dawson. Ball.
Definitely got to get another look at that one. Good call. Good no call. Looked like he had ball. That's why you got to leave the refs alone, man. That's why they get paid the big bucks.
Oh, is that what you have to do?
That's why I'm sitting over here, not wearing the stripes. You got to leave the refs alone. They're too good at what they do.
Alston will be called for the foul underneath. Kwani trying to get position against him. Well, we talk about Miles Rubin and how athletic he is. He's 12th in the nation in blocks. His block rate is 13.2. Percentage of opposing 2-point attempts that have been blocked away. That's impressive.
Chris Jamari Sharp, who people are saying is a pro, and he's 7'3". This kid has tremendous time and athleticism. He's a human eraser. And I'm telling you, when you have a goalie like that behind your defense, you can afford to be more aggressive on the perimeter.
His teammates have talked about that. Tough pass to Austin, a little high-low action. Austin gets his man off his feet, off the rim, no good.
And Tom, I'll say this, Austin's undersized, and the Rams have so much length, so it's hard to score.
Shulga along the baseline.
He's not scoring on forget about that. Kick and move his feet.
Shulga, first step, tough shot, acrobatic, ball tipped around, and Watson with the rebound. Shulga wanted a foul there. Dawson back to Watson, up top to Rubin. He won't take that three.
Great
and a
pass.
backdoor pass to Norris. Watson open for three, off the front of the rim and the backboard.
The one thing I'll say about VCU and their offense, you know what they're not doing. They're an elite team as well. Is making assists and playing with each other, and they have not been able to do that. A lot of their players have been one-on-one.
Quaddy for three. Yes,
that happened because of the double team of Bairstow.
And now a timeout called by Drew Valentine. It's our third lead change of the night. The timeout helped in the first half for Drew Valentine.
No question about it. Skip pass. Corner Curry for Quaddy. Quaddy, so nice you got to say it twice.
Our third lead change has given VCU a 1-point lead with 15:34 to play. Body language a little bit more relaxed for VCU right now, even though it's just a 1-point lead. Meanwhile, moments ago, Drew Valentine, look at this. You were an offensive guy. Okay, let's get going. Look. Ready?
Casual.
I think that's so great. He's telling his guys, you got to be more aggressive offensively, don't you think?
There's no question. Casual, right? My old coach, Rolly Massimino, rest in peace. Hall of Fame coach. Casual gets you beat every time. No one wants casual basketball players. You see the fire in Drew Valentine. He was a winner as a player. He's been a winner as a coach. One of the most exciting young coaches in the country. And he knows. And he's trying to get it out of his players. Like, if you're going to win in this building. And, Tom, this is the first time he's ever coached in this building.
That's
so
right.
See how
coached or played.
Exactly. Yep. Electric in this building is. Like, they got to keep going. And I'll say this last point. Loyola is much better in the first half scoring-wise than they have been in the second half.
They've also played, as John Rothstein told you during the pregame show, a lot of close games, 5-1 in games decided by 4 or fewer points. Delican.
Trying to get that 4th foul in the wall. Going right at him. Look at that defense.
Shot clock under 10. Dolan gives it up to Dawson. Dawson against Shulga. Pull-up jumper, and he's fouled going up. 15 minutes, 11 seconds left to play with a lot of action still in store. We've got free throws when we come back. Let's take a look at Walk's projections, mid-season projections.
Look at
By the way,
look at that picture.
that is a great picture, and I want Rothstein to put it on a T-shirt. Your A-10 surprise. What is it, Chris?
Dayton makes it to the Elite Eight.
Wow.
29-2. Anthony Grant finally gets paid back, and he gets there.
How about National Coach of the Year?
Hubert Davis has done a tremendous job and an awful job last year. And look what he's done now. I think he's the Coach of the Year for sure. My Final Four teams. People are giving me a lot of flack about this. Purdue got to get there. St. John's, Kentucky, Houston, all Hall of Fame coaches. I've got them there for different reasons. But my national championship team is Go Big Blue. They've added Big Z. Calipari finally earns that money that he's making.
Yeah, turn your head to the camera. Look.
Oh, that's where it's at.
Look at the face.
Oh, there you go, right here.
Right.
Hold on.
Character. You got the gray beard.
I got the gray beard. Hold on, let me. You got me?
Yeah.
All right.
So
all right.
great.
There you go. Put my bees up, going over. Put my bees up.
All right, free throws off this timeout. Dawson fouled going into the break. Ties this up at 40. Again, we've had 3 lead changes. Will there be a number 4? I'm sure there's going to be. Here we go. Dawson's second free throw, and we've got number 4.
Just a tough game. It's lived up to his billing, that's for sure. And these are not even the 2 undefeated teams.
That's right. Yeah, the 2 undefeated teams, Richmond and Dayton. We'll see if they're unbeaten when they face each other on Saturday.
I think we're there, right?
We are there. Under 15 to play here in the second half. Nelson to the corner. Cutting, Bairstow short. LaValle with the rebound and the putback. Right place, right time.
Give Bairstow credit. Just driving. That's why I said VCU's got to live in the paint. They have guys that have size, and they can drive, and they're not afraid to get in there, and also give them opportunity to get offensive rebounding as well.
Dolan, good shot fake, pull up 18-footer. It's good. That was a sweet shot. Nothing but net.
Yeah, you're talking about a kid that scored a little bit over 13 points a game at Cornell. Very experienced, very good on really good Cornell teams. He's built for this moment for sure.
Shoulder trying to splice the defense and a foul called against Loyola. Here's LaValle, right place, right time underneath.
See Bairstow driving. The delicate has to help, and if you do that, you got an athlete like LaValle in the back. All he's got to do is get close to the rim with a 49.5-inch vertical. Anywhere around the rim is good.
40 dunks this year for LaValle out of the 61 field goals that he's made. Bairstow off the inbounds, quick first step. That is a tough shot back to the baseline.
So good. Big brother played at New Mexico. Cam Bairstow.
That'll be an offensive foul called against the Ramblers. A delicate called for that one. Bamisile with a pretty good sell. That's the third foul.
So he puts him in a spin cycle. There is no help. There needs to be some help. Again, on those shooters.
Watch 32. He did leave. He did lift a little bit. That wasn't as drastic as the one in the first half that was called against VCU.
Might have been a little Hollywood there. I don't know.
There was definitely some Hollywood. There was a sprinkle of Hollywood. And Bamisile's smile will tell you that much.
I think the Emmys are coming up soon.
Bamisile, he goes inside the arc this time.
A lapse on defense. Someone needs to be there, as I said before, but because
that's a problem.
VCU people are out of the lane and hugging them in.
Morris to the baseline. Alston backs his way in. Alston reverse layup, no good. And LaValle with the rebound.
Such energy. So many people flying to the rim defensively. It's really hard to score. There's got to be some drive and kick opportunities. Trying to score on three is going to be tough. See how they're staying with all the... They don't allow anybody to get open. They're staying on the drives. They're staying at home, as they call it.
Bamisile cut off. He's going to be called for a travel there. By the way, there's more A-10 action Saturday night as these VCU Rams look for a win on the road against Davidson. Tip-off begins at 8 Eastern. Right here on CBS Sports Network. That's after Dayton and Richmond. VCU will take on Davidson on the road, and then next week we'll be in Olean with St. Bonaventure and VCU.
New York, right? They're a little down. They're a little down right now in Buffalo.
So you think? Alston cut off by Quanti. Puts it on the deck. Turnaround jumper is good. Maybe that gets him going a little bit.
Maybe so, but they're making him earn every single basket. He has to do 5 and 6 fakes and pivots just to make a shot. See what his condition and endurance is like. Then he has to play deep in the other end.
Bamisile cut back door from Bairstow. Back-to-back twos for Bamisile. And a foul called against LaValle. That'll be his 4th foul. Working against Rubin.
They just got him on the backdoor pass. You see Braden Norris. No one's in the help in that situation. Out of position.
That's really good action, though.
Yeah, it really is. And it just goes to show you the passing ability of this team. And that's why they're so good. And if they get healthy, Tom, I'm telling you, it's the reason why this team is picked second. And they're without Zeb Jackson tonight.
Yeah, Zeb Jackson out for the 2nd straight game with back spasms. Nolan, little shot fake into the paint, fadeaway jumper. That was his money shot in practice today.
Yeah, just experience, and that's all that is. He gets 2 feet under him. Balance.
The lead is 1 for VCU. Nelson to the baseline. Nelson cut off. He lost it out of bounds. It remains VCU basketball. It went off of Alston.
I'll give it to the refs. They're allowing these guys to play. They're allowing it like a Big East game, you know, or old school 8-10 game. You know, those old school 8-10 games with Temple.
Yep.
Even though they were playing zone, they've had some very physical games, physical teams.
Bairstow will inbound along the baseline, looking for Bamisile. Gets it up top for Furman. Back to Bairstow.
Bairstow's so gifted. A Swiss Army knife, he can do everything except turn it over there. Versatile. He can also turn it over.
One-point lead for VCU. Dawson up top, covered by Bamisile. Off the screen by Rubin. Leaves it for Rubin. Catch it. Toss off the glass. It's good while he's falling to the baseline.
Amazing. Caught Furman in the drop as we come off the ball screen. The big is in a situation where he's trying to corral him. Garden would get back to his man, but they just throw it up. There's no way he can be two places at one time.
That's 11 points for him. Furman with a gift from Shoga, and he jams it home.
That's just ball movement, and because these guys can shoot the basketball, and Loyola Chicago's putting so much pressure on them, they're creating their driving lanes that are open. If these guys can drop dimes, creates easy baskets. Good job there, again.
Dawson's runner is off the mark.
Yeah, he's got to make that. That's too easy. It's a point-blank range runner.
Alston's off Bamisile up top. Bamisile, 16 points so far for VCU. Bairstow underneath, has it blocked away by Rubin. Rubin picks it out of the air.
His timing is impeccable. That was, Bairstow said, I can't be inside a goaltend, but it's a tremendous block time.
Yeah, he has slid into the top 10 now for the season for Loyola. Bell in transition, out for Bamisile, open for three. Off the front of the rim, he thought he got it. Whistle blows and a foul underneath. Furman was fouled on the floor.
Rubin throwing up top. Big fella going up and getting the lob. And one thing's for sure, this thing is going down to the end.
9 lead changes so far. VCU's on top, 50-49. Joe Bamisile off the bench with 16 points.
Yeah, you talked about the transfer from Oklahoma. He started early and often knocking down triples. You see him driving. That's uncharacteristic of we're used to seeing him knocking down triples. But he's finding alternate ways to score because they're draping him around the arc. He is certainly having a tremendous game.
VCU with the 1-point lead. Each team has won 3 straight games. VCU, such turnover from last year. Mike Rhodes went on to Penn State, where he and his staff have done an excellent job. There was only 6 games back from last year that were started by anybody on the VCU roster. 6! That's it.
And listen, they got about 4 or 5 players that are playing in college basketball that are contributors everywhere else. So you see Zeb Jackson there sit this one out. I mean, you're talking about Jake Dunn at Baylor. You got Ace Baldwin at Penn State. It's just been Deloach with the Georgia.
He inbounds, blocked away. Dawson, as Bamisile was going up, that ball out of bounds. It remains VCU basketball.
See Jaden Norris, he has to do a better job of having a different angle where he can only force the ball to the corner or they throw it out to half court. You got to take that away. Doesn't matter. Let them have it in the corner. Even though I know he's going to try to sprint out there, they may have to talk about that coverage or trap it or switch it. He's in shoulder shirt.
Double team, Bell up top. 5 on the shot clock. 4 on the shot clock. Now 2, throws it up, it was blocked. And Dolan out with the rebound.
Terrific defense. Just discipline there. As we mentioned before, he's got a toughness. Look at the group that's out there right now. Dawson's a young kid, but everyone else, they're just older guys. Smart and rugged.
Delicate. Hands it up to Dawson. Dawson, quick first step. Oh, man, tomahawk jam! And we've got another lead change. 51-50 Loyola.
Great call by Coach Valentine. There's nothing sweet about that. Funky.
9.5 to play. Bairstow curling in the paint. Pull-up jumper. Trying to use his height. No good. Rebound Watson.
They're forcing them to make individual plays and not allowing them to drive and kick.
Watson fadeaway jumper. I think the 3 would have been an easier shot. VCU with the rebound. Bamisile.
It's almost like both coaches are playing the same defense. Fuck that. Wow. How about that?
Bamisile, 19 points.
Come on now. Come on now. That's 11 threes, I want to say, in the last 2 games. Come on now.
Really impressive. It's 12 threes. You were really close.
I was off. So we got 5 tonight then.
Yes, 5 threes tonight. It's 5 on 4. 2 3-point field goals. That's part of the difference. 5 of the 7 coming from Bamisile.
Makes a huge difference. Good job by Nolan playing defense off that goal screen, not giving Shogun an advantage to the rim on an angle.
Here's Bell. They've got away with a travel. A delegate's going to be called for the foul, I believe.
There's no way, there's no way Furman. He didn't want to be in those those mentions on Instagram. He was not jumping. And Bamisile on Dawson, even though Nolan tried to stunt at him, you really have to do a tremendous job of staying with him. He is so hot right now. He's on a streak. It looks like everything. That basket looks like it's about as big as a crater right now, the way he shoots.
Looks like he may be checking out of this game as Bell goes to the line. We'll see. Bell converts. Yep, Bamisile will get a breather. 19 points, 3-point lead for VCU. Watson will check out for Loyola. So will Delican, who has 4 fouls.
Think about it. He just got eligible. Imagine them without him. Think about it. Now they got him. They got Zeb Jackson. They just brought back Beresford, who was injured. I mean, you're talking about who can challenge Dayton and who can challenge Richmond. You're looking at the team right here in white. And that's not even counting out Loyola Chicago. They're playing great as well. Well coached, physical.
8:20 to play, second half. Quinn, cut off by Nelson. Quinn in the paint, has a size advantage, backing his way in. Double team, Dolan, shot fake, little step to his left, 3 is good.
Big time shot.
We're tied up at 54.
They went for the trap. They flew out of the trap. Beresford was in a close-out situation and made him sidestep to get a 3 off the shot fake. Unbelievable defense. Unbelievable offensive performance.
Shogun able to get his feet set, still can't convert. Ball tipped around, Bell has it, and the freshman dives to the floor. Well, we're tied at 54. The 3 hasn't been supreme for Loyola.
It certainly hasn't, but Mr. Dolan dialing one up from the corner. Loyola Chicago has it knotted up.
Tied up at 54, so we've had 5 ties, 11 lead changes, and let's revisit Chris's keys to the game. Brought to you by the U.S. Army. What do you like, what don't you like?
Listen, I'll say one thing about Loyola Chicago. They've been able to battle. They haven't won the game on the glass yet, but they battled, share the basketball. They lead the A-10 in assists, only 7 assists, but that's because of the way that VCU has played them, dominate the paint. I expected VCU to do more. They're getting beat 10 in the paint, but they are taking care of the basketball, though.
Yeah, 36 points in the paint for Loyola, 26 for VCU. And here's this front court for Loyola, cleaning things up.
Yeah, and it also starts with the drive from the guards. And you see Adelicon just driving, giving them a little old man game at the park, and then off that nice little lob action. They're just doing a really good job of playing vertical. And I think Drew Valentine is doing a very good job of coaching this game, and he has a tremendous game plan that has allowed them to be tied. This is a tough environment. Now, VCU hasn't played great on the road, but as I said before, when they get the full complement of their players, we'll see what kind of team this is. But without some of those guys, Ryan Oldman's still doing a tremendous job coaching.
There's still isolation against Dolan.
Got a mismatch. You see they're coming with the trap.
Shot clock to 10. Bamisile, separation. Kwani has it knocked away. Good hands by Alston.
Tremendous defense, being in gaps, making sure they see bodies on the drive and getting a hand in there and getting a steal.
They could take this under 7 minutes to play in the second half. 54-54. Dolan. Off the screen. Dolan step back 3. Not enough. Off the front of the rim.
I thought that was a tough shot. See Drew Valentine looking at his coach and saying, what are we doing? Step back 3. a tough one there. Braden Norris has not been able to get loose. You see he's reading, as they say. I'm not allowing Bamisile to see it all, but there's no reason for Bamisile to see it, Tom.
Well, Kwani with his second three of the night. This is a young man who missed his first 17 to start the year. 57-54.
Nolan had Norris for a three, missed him. It's been hard for him to get a shot off.
Norris has it blocked by Bamisile out of bounds. Kwani.
See the crowd there, yeah, by Burstow, as I said before, because of them having to help with the double with Rubin, right? And if someone has to be in the hole, that means there's going to be someone open in the corner. Great recognition. That's why this team can be really good, because they have guys like Shoga and Burstow to have size that can make passes, and they're willing to make them.
Watson has a tough time getting that in. He gets it into Rubin. Shot clock is under 10 to Dawson. Dawson right side of the lane. Pull-up jumper, too strong. Bamisile with the rebound. 57-54. Bamisile right to the cup. Count the bucket.
He is such a weapon from behind the arc and pushing the ball in transition. Rubin got caught behind Furman. He's got to sprint. He may be a little bit tired. He's got to build a wall. That's what it's like to be on the road. This crowd is starting to get into it. You can feel the momentum starting to turn here in the Rams' favor.
That's the 15th career 20-point game for Bamisile. Bamisile with 21 to the free throw line to try to finish off this play. He does not. Too strong, but he gets his own rebound. It's his night.
Yeah, lack of attention to detail. They always got to compose themselves, get themselves back together here.
There's Stowe. Cut off by Dawson. Shot clock is under 10. Nelson, shot clock at 4, now 3. Shot clock at 2. Nelson high off the glass. No good, but he's fouled.
Intensity. Just have the presence of mind with 3 seconds to get the floater.
Yeah, Rubin called for that foul.
He went way up.
Yeah, they're going to check and see if there was a shot clock violation before the foul. I don't think there was. I wondered if the shot clock didn't reset off the missed free throw, because it went down pretty quickly.
It certainly did. And I think he got it off.
I do too. Well, I think the foul occurred. Here, watch it here. 2, 1.
They don't one for a long
Stayed on one for a long time.
Oh my goodness.
They do say it's confirmed foul. It is the 3rd foul on Rubin. Officials are telling us that contact was before the shot clock wound down, but it was on the shot, so Nelson will get 2. Appreciate Bill Covington and Trey Steins coming over to give us the information.
A great official crew tonight. Allowing them to play. This is the kind of basketball game you like to see. It's physical, but not too physical. I think the fans are getting treated, and national audience are getting treated to a very good game between 2 really good teams in this league.
Yeah, the lead is up to 6 for VCU. Largest lead in the first half was 8.
Loyola Chicago had to come back against St. Joe's. Obviously, that was at home. This is on the road. They're going to have to find the attractive code to this defense. But VCU's ratcheting it up in the second half, and this crowd is into it.
7-0 run. Norris off the screen by a delicate. Norris in a tough spot.
Need a little bit more movement. Good drive.
Alston doesn't get the roll, but he's going to get a visit to the free throw line.
Just nothing will fall for him tonight.
Nothing.
Good drive, though. He continues to be very aggressive. That's on the closeout. Kawani out of position on that drive. Great recognition by Austin to see that he had an angle.
62% for the free throw line this year. Makes the first one. He comes in averaging 14. That made free throw gets him 5 on the night. His second shot.
It's been a tough night. He's riding in the trees. A lot of length and athleticism. It's been difficult from the score. Yeah, it's been difficult from the score.
2-possession game. Bairstow. That's a tough angle.
Yeah, I thought that was a foul too.
I did too.
A lot of hand checking there, body checking, very difficult to score. Dawson being very physical there. You know, that's just a foul. You can't do that. And just lodging him, going under him like that. Listen, I just applauded the refs. They did a tremendous job. They're doing a tremendous job. But I thought that was a little bit too much great skill there.
Bamisile with the steal, trying to go coast to coast. Boom!
Talking about bringing some off the bench, some enthusiasm and energy. Boom!
23 points for Bamisile.
Look at the recovery of VCU.
Matches the largest lead of the night for the Rams. Watson being harassed. Shot clock is under 10. Nobody's open. Takes the shot. No good. Bamisile with the board.
Well, they're just locking down right now. The vice grips are on. This crowd is into the game, and they can sense it. Playing at their pace.
Bairstow, that's a tough shot, no good. Watson with the rebound. 4 minutes to play in the second half. Norris for 3. No good, too strong. I would think if you're VCU, it's nothing against the other 4 on the floor, but you got a guy with a hot hand at Bamisile. Maybe run a play for him.
I mean, again, they're going to play their style. Cameron Bairstow had on the side. How about that?
Quade has 3 threes tonight. Wow. Usually it's him that's inside with the dunk.
Got to get the hands up. Bamisile, I can do 3, but I can do that too. And Quade from the side pocket, the triple.
Time to take a look at tonight's Old Trapper Beef Jerky Player of the Game. Easy selection, huh?
Yeah, you're right about that. I mean, interrupt you, but this dude right here, I had to get in there very quickly because he has been absolutely on fire. Inside, outside, it does not matter. And here he is here. Get the peanut butter and the jam sandwich. He forget leg day. He's doing chin-ups on the rim.
That's his 15th career 20-point game. This is what he's done his last 2 games. He's 12 for his last 17 from beyond the arc. But better than that, 19 of his last 29 overall.
Tom, I would say that qualifies as a spark off the bench.
Oh, big time. And here's the Quade 3. He's got 3 tonight. It's his season high. He'll go to the free throw line to add to it. It'll be a 4-point play.
Listen, I know he's happy. He's spending 4 pedestrian years at Cal. This has got to be a dream come true.
Wait. Was your year or 2 at Cal that bad?
Oh, my God. As I say, the best days at Cal were not game days, shall I say.
And by the way, we talked to Ryan Odom about Bamisile and asked him, have you thought about just putting him in the starting lineup? He said, of course. He said, but at Utah State, his Quade has a season high and the largest lead for VCU. He said at Utah State, he said, I had a kid named Stephen Ashworth, who was an excellent player.
Crazy, yeah.
He said he came off the bench. He said he was a big-time player. As Dawson with the 3-pointer at 67-58. Now Ashworth is playing for Creighton. Yeah. It's a solid year for the Blue Jays.
Yeah, that shows how good that team was at Utah State, but that was a great draw by Drew Valentine to get that triple for Dawson out of the timeout. That's why I like both these coaches. They recognize things. They see things on the floor. Coaching is, can you make adjustments on the fly, not just what you do with a scouting report in the boardroom.
Ball's dribbled out of bounds by Loyola and Dolan. 3:03 to play. It's a 3-possession game.
Yeah, there's plenty of time for Loyola Chicago. They just have to dig their heels in and get some stops. 3 minutes is an eternity. Watch the lob up top. ISO.
Shot clock is at 5. Bairstow fadeaway jumper. It's no good. Ball's pinballing around. And here come the Ramblers. Roll into the corner. Watson from the corner. Watson in the paint. Doesn't get the roll off the front of the rim.
Just tough, point blank. Got one-on-one coverage. They're staying at home with the shooters. There is no drive and kick opportunities. They're forcing Watson to make a basket.
Open floor turnover. Little bit of a crack in the door. Dolan. One Ivy Leaguer to another.
And that gets some cutting action. Everybody still was staring at Adelicon and just get some movement to give him some one-on-one action.
And a foul on Herman is his third. Nelson's going to check in. And Shoga checks out. Loyola's not shooting yet, so they'll inbound the basketball. We're 20 on the shot clock.
I'd like to see Loyola get a couple threes off. They've struggled from 3. VCU's only in their winning streak. 3-game win streak, only yielding 17% from 3. That's a delicate. Wow. What a finish.
And a timeout called by Drew Valentine. 7-point game, 67-60. 2:08 to play here in the second half. Come on back. Guys are hanging out, waiting for this one to get over. Pretty good year, huh?
Oh, listen, anytime, as I said, we get to shout out one of my guys from the crib, right? Jaden Ledee is having an unbelievable year. I think he could be a first-team All-American. Well-traveled, started his career at Ohio State, then he went to TCU, waited his turn at San Diego State, Final Four, and he is blossoming. I know his father Herb is certainly happy because they have waited a long time for this moment.
All right, so now 2:08 to play here in the second half. Drew Valentine called the timeout. Is it a timeout of reminders? What is it?
Yeah, you know, they switch up the defense. You see they're pressing here. 2 minutes to go. And there you go right there. That's why you do it.
Out of bounds. It'll be Loyola basketball. Bairstow, very uncharacteristic of him.
You got trapped. And, you know, we talked to Ryan Oldman and said sometimes they make very uncharacteristic turnovers.
That is very true. He did say that.
One right there.
Yeah, you asked him about the turnovers and how they can get that to be a better number.
Taking Nelson out. And here's the thing. There always has to be a safety. Now, I think that Bairstow got the ball too low. Right? You want to get above the foul line, but someone always has to be behind as a safety. They're just blanketing Braden Norris and not allowing him to get a shot.
Watson corrals it for 3. Too much. A delicate with the rebound, and the putback is no good, but he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
And he is so tough inside. There's no excuse for that. It's just mano y mano. You have to box him out. But how about Kawani with that contest? And they're just flying around. This VCU team is extremely athletic. They lost a lot of guys to the quarter, but I'm telling you, Ryan Odom did a tremendous job of putting a team together. And I'll tell you this, he even gave Mike Rhodes credit. There were some very good freshmen or young players that were already here.
Herman will check out. Nelson back in. A delicate back to the free throw line. Herman's out with 4 fouls. A delicate who had 30 double-digit games while at Dartmouth. Has 7 now with Loyola, so he'll check out. Back in is Rubin. And in a blink of an eye, it's a 2-possession game, a 2 and a 3.
Oh, you can never count out. You have 2 smart coaches. The teams play hard. And you have to be in the. When you play hard, good things can happen for you. And that's what they're doing. There's another one almost turned it over. Almost threw it to me.
You would have shot it.
You're right. Never seen one I didn't like.
Bamisile with 10 on the shot clock.
They're switching there on Bamisile. You got the shot blocker.
Bamisile can't convert. And Norris with the rebound, and the foul will go against Kwani. And it will mean that Loyola will go to the free throw line.
These are basically automatic. And the other thing is it gives them a chance to score without the clock moving.
Kwani thought he was fouled even before he fouled Norris.
Yeah, he said
he thought Dawson undercut him.
That's correct. Trying to box him out, but refs thought otherwise. And now he's got a chance to cut this and make this a one-possession game. So think about it. You know, I'm always one of those guys. I'm a three-point shooting hawk. You see, it looks like Ryan Odom wants timeout.
Ryan Odom does call a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's a 5-point lead for VCU, 67-62. 5-point lead for VCU. VCU just used a timeout, so they're down to 2. Loyola has 1 timeout left. The Atlantic 10 standings, they've been updated with Dayton 66-54 win over LaSalle. Richmond will play tomorrow against George Washington. And then we'll be back here in Richmond for Dayton and Richmond on Saturday night.
There are no nights off in this league, for sure. Shout out to Frank Martin and the job he's done at UMass. I mean, Chris Caputo's doing a very good job at GW. Pete Ergo at Fordham, making Fordham formidable now. Like, I'm just telling you, there are no nights off. And I know Richmond beat LaSalle. Richmond's the class of the league, but Trent Dumpy's done a very good job at LaSalle as well. So that's very competitive. So this league is certainly one to be reckoned with 7 to 8 teams in and out of the top 100 net.
Norris to the free throw line. It's a 1-1. He's only missed 1 this year. Well, he still does that. 3 for 3 tonight.
Target practice.
For those of you tuning in for the Wyoming-San Diego State game, you'll be able to find it streaming free on the CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. As soon as it tips off, and of course we'll get you out there as soon as this one's over. He missed 1. He's missed 2 this year, but Loyola gets the ball back.
And those things are just gut-wrenching when you don't, especially when you're trying to close the game.
Dawson for 3. Rubin with the rebound. Short with the putback. And then he fouls Bairstow. Miles Rubin just picked up his first double-double of his career.
They got lucky twice. Left Dawson for the wide-open shot on a miscommunication, and Rubin just blew the bunny. Short-armed it. Terrific player. Really like him. He's a game changer.
He's going to be very good for a long time. So Bairstow to the free throw line, 71%. He did not know if that was going in. He started to show body language of frustration until it drops. And then he gave a little fist bump.
We all take that English. Take a little English. And I'm thoroughly impressed with VCU. I think that at full strength, this is a team that can seriously do some damage down the stretch in February and March. Because they have everything you need. They have shot blocking, they have playmaking, they have guys that can make shots. And here we go, a minute to go.
2-possession game.
See if they can get Braden Morris open for a shot.
He sure did. Here's Norris, long range 3, no good, in and out. Lawal with the rebound, Watson with the foul.
The tough night from behind the arc.
Yeah, 4 of 20 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, just really tough to win when you shoot like that. I don't care. I mean, you can have the greatest defensive effort of all time, but to overcome that, it's just an insurmountable task.
All right, so Lawal will go to the free throw line. Just 53%. some ways you can see why with that just one shot.
It's a little two-possession game now.
Two-possession game. Two-possession game. So this one is a big one.
Well, Chicago needs to make sure they tag and box out. You don't want the Rams to get an offensive rebound here.
He didn't think that was going in. He was following the shot. 70-63. 52 seconds left.
Definitely going to try to get a three here.
Adelican heading to the basket. Adelican hard off the glass, and he'll go to the free throw line for two. That foul is on the wall.
And they were taking away the three, and Adelican had no choice. But the attention to detail, you see Bamisile trying to take away Dawson. Almost got a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
So the wall is disqualified. He'll check out of this game. Adelican will go to the free throw line. Again, still plenty of time left. But if you're Loyola, you're trying to stretch these last 43 seconds for as long as you can.
Without question, this is like a mini timeout. What he's saying is, hey, he's going to make both these free throws. We're going to see a 5-point game. Trap. Don't foul right away. See if we can get a steal. The last time they trapped, Bairstow threw the ball away. So even Coach Odom knows they've been shaky at times. And the way that Loyola Chicago has been super aggressive, anything can happen.
Adelican scored from 4 tonight for the free throw line, 10 points. And he'll get 2. 70-64. The Wyoming San Diego State game is underway and now available streaming for free on CBS Sports app or at cbssports.com/CBSSN. We'll get you out there as soon as this one is over. Second free throw is good. Nice friendly bounce. Rubin checks in. Adelican checks out with 12. 5-point game. 2 possessions.
Yeah, you can't get a steal right away. You have to foul. You have to extend the game. Clock is not your friend right now. You see if Watson gets off the ball. It's going to trap no matter where it goes.
And Bairstow uses one of the last 2 timeouts. We'll be back after this. It's a 5-point game. 43 seconds left to play. One timeout left apiece. The possession arrow belongs to VCU. Both teams obviously shooting if there's a foul. Loyola Chicago will be shooting 2. 43 seconds left. VCU will try to inbound the basketball.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to get a trap here. Obviously, we want to deny him and hopefully get a 5-second call. Get a trap. Again, with the 2 guys that trap, do not go for the steal. Right? They want to get a deflection and let the interceptor get the steal. But after that, you have to foul.
Bairstow will trigger the inbound. Covered by Watson.
Too deep, too deep.
And he gets it in Nelson, who gets it to Bamisile, and it's knocked away by Greg Dolan. And Bamisile will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, just so lucky there. Dawson couldn't get position to get the charge. Dolan just a step late. Trying to get the interception and steal. But so shaky right there, Tom.
Yeah.
Getting the ball in bounds. Bairstow almost panicked.
Bamisile's got 23 points. 0 for 1 for the free throw line. 1 for 2.
Well, he serves as an offensive talent. But he's playing on another level right now. Again, Loyola Chicago got to get it in quick. If you can get a quick 2, take it. Because you know you're going to trap and foul. But at some point, you're going to have to make a triple.
Well, it's now a 3-possession game, 72-65. Quaddy's out.
Oh, foul. They're going to switch everything. Don't foul, though.
Adelican, little hedge down low to help defensively. Adelican into the paint. Adelican off the glass. Tough shot, it's good. 72-67 and a timeout call.
As I said, they can take a quick 2.
It's a 5-point game, 25 seconds left. We'll be back. The lead is 72-67. One timeout left for VCU. Loyola just used its final timeout. Along with Chris Walker, I'm Tom McCarthy. It's been a heck of a ball game.
Certainly been outstanding. This crowd, people are on their feet. Man, I got to give it to Drew Valentine and Loyola Chicago. They brought their hard hats. They just cannot make a shot in the second half. And I mentioned this, Tom, they're a lot better team in the first half, scoring-wise, than in the second half. But again, they're on the road, but they are blinding this deal out. It's got to score more points. You got to get over 73.
10 of 30 from the floor in this half. And Bairstow, is fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line, 71%. Again, the first one is important, obviously. But if he can get both of these and it's back to a 3-possession game, it'll be really tough.
No, you're right. And, to be honest with you, you look at this game, it's going to come down to the three-point shooting. I mean, that was the difference in the game. Bamisile just really took this game over, gave them a huge shot in the arm early, and he's been consistently knocking down daggers from deep.
3-possession ball game, 74-67, 23 seconds left to play.
Well, VCU just can't foul because Loyola Chicago will try to get two, but they definitely need a three.
Ball's tipped away. Nelson with the steal. They've got a foul.
Yeah, I think
this game is over.
Yeah, Drew Valentine said, we're waving the white flag.
He's already headed to midcourt. It's a hard-fought victory for VCU as the final seconds tick off the clock. The Rams hang on and win it 74-67. They've won 4 straight games.